Hello and welcome to The Nation. I'm Melissa Ong. Joining me in the studio today are Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Hussin Haji Ismail, the Deputy Chairman of Yayasan Pengaman Malaysia, and he is also the former Deputy Inspector General of Police. Now, alongside with him is AZURA IZHAM, General Manager of Yayasan Pengaman Malaysia. Thank you both for being with us today and sharing your stories. Now, this month is Merdeka Month, 31st of August, and we'll be talking about service. And sometimes, this means seeing the struggles that even don't make the headlines. Now, back in 2012, Tan Sri, you saw that many police officers, they were quietly struggling to support their children who are autistic with little or access to affordable care. Now, you pushed to change, and in 2020 a centre was finally set up under Yayasan Pengaman. And Tan Sri, tell us, what do you see in 2012 that made you stop and say, hey, this needs to be fixed?
Well, thank you, Melissa, for having us today in AZURA. First of all, I would like to just tell you about a little bit of the background of Yayasan Pengaman Malaysia, PDRM Malaysia. So this Pengaman was actually formed in 2011. Tan Sri Noran was our Noran Mai. I'm sure you all aware that he was the formerly IGP of the police force, and he's the chairman, and I'm the deputy. So with that formation of the Yayasan Pengaman, mainly to assist the police force and the police personnel at the time. Well, you know, the task of facing the nation's security and all that is not easy. And then also we assisted the PDRM also in having programs like training and all that. And more often than not, we spend our time in instilling awareness that the police personnel, they are actually devoted their time, their energy and all that for the nation, sometimes forgetting about the family. So I was actually privileged to be a part of the Police Force Commission, where I was tasked to recruit police officers and also for their promotion. So just a little bit of history, because this is important, to make me realize that there is somewhere to be fixed, as you said just now. And during the course of interview, one of the candidates, after being asked that what was the challenges that he faced, is it his career and also as well as his life? He said, look, the career, no problem, but my life, I'm actually in a difficult position where my son was diagnosed at the age of 2.5 years as, autistic. And at that age, being a Chinese, and my wife just couldn't take it. So I felt very sad for him, because he said that the wife was very depressed. So he has to take care of the child as well as the wife. And I asked him, do you know of any other friends or, your comrades in arms that is also having this autistic child and all that? So he said, no. So how do you share? How do you share your plights, and all that? I said, no, actually, I just go through the NASOM, National Society of Autism. Actually has got a platform where, you communicate and all that. So see, through that, I get my, whatever ideas and all that. So that is one. Then later, I moved on to another state where I interviewed also another officer, a Malay officer. And then the same thing also. I asked about challenges in life and also in the career. So he told me that he is having this son who is, autistic. And he's got a sensory problem and all that, in the sense that he doesn't feel anything, no pain. So when he melts down, not happy and all that, he just make himself fall, and then bleeding and all that. So when he went to the hospital to send his son, the doctors, the medical officers wanted to lodge a police report.
Abuse.
Abuse.
Yeah.
So he had to convince us that this is my child, he is autistic and he's OKU and all that. So that's it. So again, my question, do you know other friends, colleagues suffering the same? I said, no. So from then on, I was thinking that this must be done, something must be done, is it? So that is why we need a platform, more or less.
I really like the way that you started off by asking your comrades, what you can do for them, and it shows your compassionate heart, Tan Sri. Now, AZURA, you were spearheading this movement or this, asked to manage this initiative by Tan Sri. How do you approach it, and where did you begin?
Hi, Melissa. I began by grounding the initiative in clear purpose. I am a law graduate, so obviously I did not have any background or knowledge about autism. So obviously I had to do a lot of research and a lot of reading about autism. And from there, the interest grew. And I think the passion that I had from my reading and case studies played a significant part in, having to keep working until the center was set up. It was a lot of work, from sourcing the teaching staff to logistics, and in August 2020 we launched the center, and it was officiated by the then IGP, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Hamid Bado. We started with only 3 classrooms, 6 children and only 4 intervention officers. And then today we have expanded to 6 classrooms, 50 children and 18 staff.
So all these children are from the police force?
70% are from the police force, and also 30% from the public, civilian children.
What kind of support is this centre offering, and now especially not just for officers, you mentioned also is 30% open to the public. What kind of offerings, and also the time or financial pressure that you face as the person in charge?
Okay, currently the centre offers a variety of programs. We have early intervention program, which is divided into 2. We have a half-day program and also full-day program. The half-day program, we have morning session and also afternoon session. And apart from that, we also have a full day, meaning that the children will be with us for the entire day. And the third program we have is the intensive program. The intensive program is to prepare the children to enter into the mainstream, which is the program Pendidikan Khas Integrasi in government schools, whereby we teach them how to learn in a group, how to interact, how to be sociable, and how to, we teach them playing skills, social skills, and things like that, so that they can be comfortably integrated into the classroom, into the normal standard setting of a classroom.
Very fantastic to see the work that Yayasan Pengaman is doing, and especially when you explain to us, it is important for these kids to feel belong.
Yes.
Tan Sri, you have been pushing for this centre to be set up for the last not 1, 2, 3, but 8 years, I understand. What kept you going, and perhaps in your interactions with AZURA and interactions with the staff in Yayasan Pengaman, what kind of testimonies are coming out from the centre?
Initially, it was, the first thing was what I had in mind was awareness. There is no kind of a widespread awareness amongst the police force, you see, as well as the public. So what we did, normally Yayasan Pengaman, assisting the police force, we conduct or we organize courses, trainings and all that, you see, supplementary to the main PDRM. Apart from that, also we have got a parenting course, and then we have also, other than parenting course, pre-retirement courses and all that to be prepared the personnel before they retire. But all this we have put in also the awareness, on autism. You see? So awareness alone at that time, all those years, I was thinking was not enough. There must be something that we should contribute, to assist the police force, the personnel in particular. So that gave the idea of wanting to have a center, and as well also we were thinking of as a referring center. You are aware, and then there must be a center where you know what's going on and all that. So you can monitor and then learn from there. You see? And apart from that, I must add that we also, after having this stage of awareness, that we felt that there must be certain forms of SOPs or standard operating procedures among the police force in encountering. There are three. Witness can be autistic, and then if you are also victims, and also a suspect. So when these are taken to the police, and then they want to interview and all that, they'll find it strange, a different kind of behavior, you see. So they must know that how to deal with these people, and therefore we conducted more or less organized some form of learning process where we included all the ministries involved, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Welfare, and then the police force. So to think of a way how to have a certain procedure for each and every stations, when people come to you to report that, that he has witnessed, for example, or rather he is the victim, and you know how to deal with them. So these procedures was actually done and then being circulated, and there was a road show also moving from one state to another to make the what they call the personnel aware of how to deal with these people, especially when you had that such of situation, who are the appropriate person to contact with, you see, so that they can certify that this is actually autistic child, so otherwise it will be like okay, we are doing this as a normal person. Once we have taken down the statements and we don't not enough, we want to continue or put you in a lockup and that kind of thing. So these characteristics of this autistic child or person, sometimes they are actually, they can't face a darkness, for example, or rather a noise, certain noise, sharp noise, and all that. So the reaction will be negative. So if you are aware of this, all this, and then you can deal with them, you see.
I like it because you started off with awareness in the police force, and then it's been taken to a bigger project. Like you see how it's more relevant where they see the suspect, victims, like what you said and mentioned earlier, Tan Sri. Well, hold that thought. We'll be right back after this break.
Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, bangunkan Malaysia madani, sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, semarakkan Malaysia madani, sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani.
Welcome back with me, Tan Sri, Hussein, also Azura. Azura, I'd like to ask, are you seeing a shift, or this is a stigma, right? Autism. Is there a shift right now within the police force, and are the families more bold in coming forward to even to mention or to share that they're having this problem?
Yes, I like to say that there have been positive signs of shifting attitudes. And I'm also happy to share that the center has become a trusted reference point, not just for care, but also for advice and guidance within PDRM. It raises awareness, and it also fosters inclusion, showing families that they are not alone. Also, while the stigma hasn't really vanished, but the increasing engagement suggests that there are growing confidence.
So, of course, to have this kind of centre, there need to be support, not just from the police force itself, but also the public. And how financially, how is that standing at Tan Sri?
Well, I must register this point that earlier on we collaborated with Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, and then with their assistance and plus others also. But the main is the Mawib Majlis Agama Islam finance the what they call the renovations and the equipments and all that. So they've done it quite a lot, and then that I must appreciate and say thank you to them. And with that, it moves forward. And I take great delight in saying this, that for AZURA and also other staff, they are very dedicated. They really think of how to move further forward. And not only, since we have a center and that's it, no. We're moving forwards, and we do what they call conduct research, in the sense that the staff will just read what others do that may enhance whatever that we have offered. So financially, we were assisted by initially the Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, and then the rest now, when we moved, they would pay nominal fees for the police force, nominal fees if we compare to the private sector, so it is more, but we charge less, and also for the civilians, which is 30%, also a little bit more than the police personnel, but they have been but lower than the private outside. And I'm sure I must really tell you that it is not enough, actually. And Yayasan Pengaman actually has been pumping in, funds and all that. And we are grateful to some of, corporate sectors and all that who have been assisted, and also the government from time to time when we make a request, and they do help and assist us in moving forward. Yeah.
Now, speaking about expansion, AZURA, are there plans to expand the programs of Yayasan Pengaman, and also perhaps working with other agencies or corporates, for example?
We have been approached by a couple of agencies wanting partnership. However, if given the opportunity, we would also like to include autistic teenagers in our expansion plans, because we get questions like, what's next for my children? What is the available pathway? What's next after this? So we would like to play a significant role in helping shape those paths, and also we would also like to equip them with the necessary skills and maybe certification to prepare them for the industry so that they can be independent.
What kind of industries can autistic children or gifted children or different gifting children enter into? I mean, I've seen some on social media, the parents set up a bakery and they do baking and things like that. What other examples could you give us?
Some of the most common features of autistic children, they are very rigid, they are very, they like repetition.
Yep.
So they will make excellent service employees in, like you said, bakery, and some of them are very technologically advanced. So they can, like one teenager, autistic teenager that I met, he is excellent in computing. he can write programs, he can create an app, for example. So those are the kind of things that they can probably excel in. Now it's just a matter of whether the industry accepts them or not.
I mean, I see some of the corporates or even F&B,
Yes.
McDonald's, for example,
Yes.
some of they employ different gifting
Yes.
children or adults, into their service. Tan Sri, you have sort of semi-retired or retired, although you tell me that you are very busy. How does this work compare to what you've done previously? And I mean, it brings meaning, especially in your latter years as well.
Well, after serving the force for about 39 years with different challenges, and I move into this, and I find great delights actually to be involved in wanting to nurture the young ones, you see. But I believe that the young ones will later become adults and they will contribute something to the society, negatively or positively, you see. So what we need to do is to make sure that they are there and then will contribute positively to the nation. So that's what I'm thinking of.
Now, if you have one message for Malaysians watching on or online later, especially parents who perhaps are going through this whole situation or stigma quietly, what would you say to them? I mean, you have talked to different police force and they have not opened up, but they have slowly opened up. So what is your message to them?
The most important is I feel that denial is not of help. If you deny, if you keep on denying, and then you are not going to help. So meaning, if you have children who have got inclinations or other spectrum, autism and all that, you must actually do something, especially intervention and all that. And later on, as what AZURA said just now, from 3 years to 9 years in our what we call center, then after that, what next? So we are thinking of preparing them for the future. And if you could, if we could
position them into the right
position them
structure.
to the right path, and then they will definitely be of use to the nation, definitely. And we have seen outstanding, athletes, businessmen, corporates, figures, and all that, who are actually autistic.
Yeah, on the spectrum. Yeah.
Spectrum, yeah.
Azura, any closing thoughts?
I agree with whatever Tan Sri said, but we as a society, we have to be more accepting and inclusive as a community. And just as we give the autistic children intervention to prepare them to enter into society, we have to do the same for them. And the parents, I think whoever is in denial, they have to get over the denial phase as soon as possible and get the child the therapy that they need.
But I see it now in social media. I think this is no longer a stigma. I think people are stepping out and having a child in different spectrums. It creates conversation when several parents dare to speak out, and that's really fantastic.
Which is very good, yeah.
And that opens up a whole conversation and help that is needed, especially there is autistic campaigns, autism, to champion autism. Well, thank you so much for this conversation today. I really enjoyed these stories of hope and care, especially starting from the police force as well. Thank you for sharing your story, Tan Sri, and also Azura.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
Welcome. We've been watching The Nation on Bernama TV. I'm Melissa Ong and Tan Sri HUSSIN and Azura. Stay with us for more news and updates.
Thanks.